Good morning, beautiful friends and family, on a Self-Existing Skywalker day. Let's see how this works out. I camped out a night close to the city where I'm giving a treatment this morning. And I slept so well. I slept so little last night, so I think between 8 and 9 I was like gone last night. And I slept so well. Except I might have some bruises on my hips because at some point one of the magnets with which are magnetic hooks, little magnetic hooks, that I tighten or fasten my mosquito net inside the car on wherever I can find something magnetic. One of them I lost during the night. I needed to go out to pee and I couldn't find it, or I didn't realize it was there. And every now and then I woke up with a sharp pain in my hip. I'm like, what? Damn, is this just the pressure from lying here? Or I turn around, okay, no problem. And then this morning I'm getting up like, oh fuck, have I been sleeping on this thing? Shame, sorry buddy. Now I made myself a cup of coffee. I'm wearing 2 pants and a thick jacket, not because it's cold, but because this place is just full of mosquitoes. My goodness. And I've got half a cinnamon roll in my other hand. I've got you in my ear, or rather like a microphone. Yep. And now this path, I've been here a few weeks ago. And now it is overgrown. You can see there's never any cars driving here, even though there's like 2 car tracks here. Every now and then a tractor will come here because this is as close as it is to the town. It's a little foresty patch, and on the left of me, really jungly, looks really amazing and super wild, and open fields to the left, to the right. But they're still framed with trees. There's still one row of bush tree, and a huge amount of growth from the ground up. Nettles and God knows what all this is. About 1 meter high, almost. And bushes and trees. And every time I look out in between them over the fields, I see a wheat field. And trees and individual trees and foresty patches in the back, and it's just so beautiful. The sun is shining. You might be hearing the birds chirping, and we are exploring love. We're bringing heaven to earth. The Skywalker is the one who brings heaven to earth. I have mentioned this before, that when I first heard that, first it just bypassed me. I bypassed it. And then I start thinking about it, like, what is that supposed to mean? I don't get that. Bringing heaven to earth, that's just a strange thing to say. Yeah, Tatiana, note to self, don't be so sure about what you think or what you don't understand or what you do understand. Yeah, keep humble pie, because now I get it. If it's written somewhere by people who really know the system, but okay, I cut myself some slack here. I do that. I make, God, and I don't understand it yet. I wait until I do, and I do now. So, like, yeah, of course, making ourselves happy. That's what bringing heaven to earth means. Mosquito on my neck. She's making herself happy. Making ourselves happy, independent of anyone or anything. Yes, I do things that make me happy and that I love. But before I do them, I already am happy and loving life. So the Skywalker in me, I love the Skywalker. It is the first archetype even before my own, I really, really connected with. And, she's biting my neck. I don't know what's happening with our mosquitoes. They're evolving also. Back in the days, you used to not feel them bite you. You just felt the itchy bite afterwards. Nowadays, they're biting and it's aggressive. I have at least 2 on my neck right now. I'm not doing anything about them. There they go. I have to become immune to this shit. But it's intense. Okay, I asked for it. I'm walking to the end of this path because I know at the end of it, some wild boar must have rummaged around here. At the end of it is an opening. Once I'm in the sun, the mosquitoes don't hang out there. They don't like that. They like this woody shadiness. When the wave spell of the white dog, loyalty, heart, making our hearts glad. It doesn't have to take a big thing. Many of us think it needs to be this big thing that I want, my big life dream, then. Or this, if we've learned in our childhood love is unattainable, then we will always keep it unattainable. Happiness happens to us when, and maybe some of us grew up in a world where happiness was contingent happiness, and I use that word, some people even take up issue with that word. But joy, fulfillment, happiness. Well, many of us grew up in a world of happiness, not deep fulfillment. People just looking after some sort of fleeting happiness. But in any case, it was contingent upon so many things. And it's not, or it is contingent upon one thing. The electric human, we've been there yesterday. Your free will. Choose it. I know it sounds incredibly simplistic. Oh, beautiful road. I didn't bring my chair. How am I going to do this and eat my thing and drink my coffee? This is not going to work. And I have no chair. I need to sit somewhere in the grass and collect some ticks. Free will. It's contingent upon our free will. Our ability to influence ourselves. It has to start there, surely. Our ability to influence our own free will, to influence what we want and what we don't and why. To have free will about our free will. To say, to choose, to say, to be able to say, I can't change this, I can't influence this, I can't change this circumstance, whatever it may be. Oh, there are these foresters' high stands here. If I could get myself there, I could sit in one of those. I don't see a passage leading there though. And I'm not going through this meter-high grass. Anyway, but I can't change the way I feel about it. I can change the things I think about it. I can change my mind. I don't have to react. I don't have to snap. I don't have to be insulted. I don't have to be irritated. I don't have to be. Or, okay, I can't change it. I can't choose not to be. But I can choose to accept that. Those are things. Soothe the path, or lay the pipes, however Abraham, I like quoting Abraham. Hicks, by the way. Abraham Hicks, by the way, in case that's not like totally self-explanatory to anybody listening. Yeah. Could I share this moment with you? So serene. The sun, the birds. Here's a tree that's been cracked open by probably lightning. It's split in three. This is very interesting. Morgan. It's split in three. Oh, a cyclist and two dogs. So cute. And they have bent open each of the three parts of this main trunk. The ends of it are supporting its arch. So it's as if it has two roots. Its crown is also rooted. The tree has bent three of its crowns. Okay, the third arm is not, the third part of the trunk is sort of supporting itself or something, but two of them are definitely barged over like two lovers. Like a lover on the one who's at the bottom. Usually this is, I don't know, whatever. And head and arms are, head is hitting, is like rooting into the earth, and then a lot of it is dead, but from the middle of these three, the tree has grown up again, quite substantially. It's amazing. It's just pure art. I mean, it's just beautiful. And who knows how many creatures are living. And this here's another tree that has, oh man, I wish I could show you this picture. It's part of it, a part of it is twisted around its own trunk. The trunk itself is twisted, but it's if a part of it from the bottom grew out like a shoot. Either someone laid it around its base, it's like twisted a part of itself around itself. Ah, it's gorgeous. And it's cracked open, so but it's still, there's obviously enough water or whatever it needs flowing underneath the bark that it also just shoots out big growth. How far am I willing to walk? Not that far. I have to take all that walk back. And I want to have my coffee, and I want to eat my roll, and I want to sit down somewhere in the sun. This is not a very good place. How about here? Did you just answer me and said, no, not there? I don't know if you heard that. I said, oh, how about here? And some goose in this field that you can't see went, bap, bap. Yeah, skywalking. Self-existing, defining. Our ability to skywalk, to bring heaven to earth, defines our ability to love. Our ability to be in control of ourselves, our thoughts. And not in a rigid controlling way, but in a flexible controlling way. Yeah. I mean, my God, isn't that beautiful? The simplicity of beauty, the simplicity of life, being human. You know, if you can, you know, it's like to be able to appreciate just being human, being able to behold a green lawn, like this gorgeous, these trees, this grass, these clouds up there, this blue sky. And in my particular case, I deeply appreciate the humanlessness of this place, the isolation, very, very much like that. To clear, you know, humans are beautiful, but a lot of us in the same place, especially urbanites, it's pretty cluttered. It pretty much clutters the mental space sometimes. And right now, oh no, don't start scratching these bites, then they're gonna itch for the next 3 weeks. Whoo, now. Gotta exercise some self-control. I'm going to sit down here because where am I walking to? I mean, I have to sit at some point, right? A tree trunk to lean on would be nice, or not to be sitting into nettles would be nice. This is good. How about here? Oh man, life is good. Okay. So we care for our heart, playfulness, our ability to play, to not hurt ourselves, and to not repeat the patterns that were metered onto us in our formative years, perhaps. To learn where we are still doing that, to relearn trust in ourselves. And remember, it's all, life always reflects us back to us. And then we can engage with ourselves internally or externally. And we hot. And I have to take off this jacket. There are no mosquitoes here. And in the sun it's actually really warm. And I'm wearing 2 pants, my pajamas and another pair of pants, so no mosquito gets through that. Hence they found my neck. Bloody vampires. There's a quadriplegic, not a quadriplegic, it's somebody who has had an accident. What is this? is it a quadruped? This a paraplegian, I think that is somebody who can no longer walk. This is a quadruped, somebody with very, very, very many legs. This quadruped is about an inch long, walking away from me. It's like a snake with a lot of legs. How funny. God gave snake bodies either no legs or a lot of legs. We can't have a snake body with 4 legs. Can you imagine? Where would you put them? It's gotta be either all or nothing. Anyway, maybe they tried all versions and the only ones who survived were the ones who are still around. The ones with no legs and the ones with many legs. And then you get the ducks, Hund. They are some sort of compromise. Where am I going? I'm walking us through the wave again. Our heart, our loyalty, our inner child, our knowing we're a child of the divine, knowing the divine is love. We can keep our heart open toward love at all times. We can learn to absorb the blows. We have to. And you may need to learn new patterns of survival from the child. Different stages in life require different things. The thing that saves your life in one moment is the very thing that's going to kill you in another moment. So you have to be wise. You have to grow that wisdom to know when is what appropriate. Growing consciousness. There we go. And then we have this electric human. And that electric human yesterday, did you feel it? Were you full of energy? And it's full moon. I mean, hello. Take your pick. What's the cause? Both of them together in one day. What are the odds? You're going to be electrified. It's electrifying. That's Grease Lightning. I'm back here. I'm looping. Oh, yeah. Like, we're not listening to Tatjana anymore. She does the same thing every day. Yeah, maybe. And now we're skywalking. Wakefully exploring space. What for? Find out our misery. Find out what makes us happy. Find out what we enjoy. What are we doing anything for? All our science, all our exploring, all our building of cars and machines and better houses, better technologies for anything. What are we doing that for? Happiness, joy, more fulfillment, more options, more opportunities. I mean, if we live our life, I need opportunity to make more money. That's all there is. And for many of us it is not even about survival. We call it survival, but we haven't realized for some generations in some areas of the world, not all, I understand that, it's not about survival. If you're living anywhere where you're about survival, you're not listening to this. So anyway, you know, and I watched a beautiful film yesterday. Someone made it. It's called, I highly recommend A Smile in Gaza. I think that's what it's called. A Smile in Gaza. It's about the children in Gaza and their smiles and their innocence, and it's just like, and their pain. It's a very beautiful portrait. It's about half an hour long. It's really, really nice. And of course, when you watch that, it's like, it's a perspective that makes me think, why am I podcasting? Why am I talking about life? Why anything? If as long as that's on the planet and I can feel how in me everything wants to shut down, it's like I want to end my own life as long as someone is still in that kind of state on this planet. But have I misunderstood something about the planet? You know, I can't shut down my joy because there's such a lot of misery on the planet. And quite frankly, the misery is little compared to the joy on the planet. I really believe that if we had to take a portrait of every street on this planet, every family on this planet, and make a documentary about like give everyone 5 minutes, every street 5 minutes, you'd find a lot of fun, a lot of joy, a lot of much more amazingness or unordinary non-amazingness than suffering. But trying to understand why are we still going through those experiences. I believe every soul incarnates purposefully into their life. So why incarnate into, oh my goodness, these are humongous ants and we're not living in a jungle. But I keep saying Berlin is a jungle. Lol, are you big? Yeah, why is that happening? And what are we doing about it? Keep the light going and believe that humanity can. Okay, so we need suffering to grow. We need some suffering to grow our soul. So be it. What is the best thing I can do, as far as I'm concerned, is to trust God, to trust the divine, to trust humanity, to trust that the way it is has a purpose, and to trust that someday maybe we can do without it. We can still suffer, but we're good at metering suffering on ourselves. Can we take care of it ourselves? Just fall in love, you'll suffer enough. Yeah, I should talk about relationships. White dog stands for relationships. It's not our relationship with suffering. We all have a relationship with suffering, one way or the other. We have a relationship with love, one way or the other. I could talk about long-term relationships. Kind of weird to swing over to relationships after talking about Gaza. Like, I have some extremely controversial perspectives on that shit. But we can send love to everyone. Everyone's a victim over there. Every person who picks up a gun and points it at another human, or an animal for that matter, if it's not in self-defense, or in aid of, like, okay, hunting to feed. In Berlin there are a lot of wild boar, and their meat is good, and maybe they're a plague in the city, so maybe one can say, shoot them humanely. It's really good meat because it's grown free. It's not the shit we eat from factory meat. It's so funny. And then people are worried about 3D printed meat, like artificial meat, but you're eating something that is far worse than any artificial meat could ever be. I'm sure already you're eating all of that, generations of cattle and chicken that have lived in conditions that, I mean, if people on this planet believe that people who live in places like Gaza, I'm going to say something really horrendous. They were people who did that to people or to animals themselves, and now they get to experience what that's like. Live in a place like that. At least you have a freedom to move. At least you can stretch your arms. Many of our domestic cattle and pigs, they can't. They're sitting on top of each other. They're lying in their own shit. It's just like, if, the beautiful human race, we're capable of shit beyond comprehension. Beyond comprehension. And we think that's okay. It's like an animal is like, it's a piece of meat that's still breathing. It has no feelings, it has no sensitivity, and then you cut it open and feed it to the people. Who cares? I wonder if these people eat their own meat. What's the best we can do? Yeah, we can rally against it. We can try to move our governments. Rallying against shit is not really usually very successful. we could really vote and root and intend for good animal husbandry, that the animals we eat are really, really given a life that's beautiful to live for an animal. It's totally possible. If it means less meat, so be it more expensive, that's fine. The amount of meat we eat in the West is anyway not serving our health. Like yellow human, free will. When there's no wisdom, free will can be a big troublemaker. And we're not aware of it. I'm not going to talk about long-term relationships, maybe another day in this wave. I should remember, I never think about relationships even when it comes to white dog, but it's absolutely all about relationships. Short-term, long-term, plentiful, not plentiful. Loyalty, the basis of relationship. Why do we marry one another? So many times the reason, if we really knew what the reason really is, we'd be shocked. All that joy. Yeah. I wonder, what would life be if you could always see where it's going? You wouldn't do anything. You would never marry anyone. You'd not enter any relationship. Fortunately, at the beginning, we're like, oh my God, you are the shit. I will love you forever. You're the best thing ever. Oh my gosh. And it can happen how many times? In that moment, we don't think, oh, I'm going to hate you so bad someday. You're going to be the worst thing that ever happened to me someday. We just can't. That's magnetism for you. It's just funny. Humans are the weirdest species. Animals, they procreate and then they're like, okay, that was good, bye-bye. And that's fine. It serves the purpose. What are we doing marrying each other for life on top of it? Like, okay, who goes willingly into prison? Like, yeah, do that. You can leave every day. You can go to work. It's not bad. People keep up the facade, and then you're like, oh, what? They got divorced? But we never saw that coming. They were so good when we met them. They never let it on. And it comes a long way. When people get divorced, it doesn't happen overnight. Except some people get surprised. Their partner says, oh, I'm leaving you. And they're like, huh, what? They didn't see it coming. But for a lot of couples, it comes a long way. But it doesn't get shared with the public. We don't have these conversations usually with, like in social circles. Oh, me and my husband, or us, the both of us, we're not good together anymore. We're really struggling a lot. We're arguing a lot. We're keeping it together. We're trying to see if this is still going to work or if it's worth it or for the sake of the kids or whatever. But we're not really doing good. Year after year after year. And eventually it's like, no, we've not done good for so long. He's cheated on me. She's left me ages ago. She doesn't give it anymore. Yeah. Do you ever think to ask her why? Like, really, why? And could she answer it honestly without hurting your ego? It's got nothing to do with size. It's got something to do with something else. Connection. When we really connect, our bodies find each other. Size, these things people have, they come up with reasons because they don't understand what's really going on. A female body molds itself around her lover. She will come to him. She will swell so much that his size is of no consequence. Problem is when he's too big. It's like, but even then, she will make space. Our women, our bodies are amazing. It's like, and when there's connection, the bodies just feel it, and there's a yes, and there's a flow. Making love is, we should talk about making love, what that is for. Adjusting our magnetism, keeping the body lubricated. Also the joints. It's a really cleansing, a lot of breathing going on. It's like it should be not as routine as brushing your teeth, but it should be good and regular. It should be good though. It should be deep. It should be, it's a deeply spiritual, physical thing to do. It doesn't have to even be emotional, but whatever emotions are sometimes a substitute for spiritual because whatever. But okay, it's all good. I love my emotions. It's just they have a time. They're timed. They are not. Yeah, it's good to understand that. And how many couples on this planet, how many children are made out of not love, not a good sexual interaction at all? Does it matter? Does it affect the child? By rights it should. Does it affect the relationship the mother has to the child? And I'm not talking straight out rape. I'm talking about the very ordinary, awful sex that a lot of women have to have with their husbands the world over. Totally unsatisfying. It's weird. We're weird. It's like, yeah, you can go for that orgasm, but you're totally missing the point. And how is it that can't make a baby without a male orgasm, but I guess like supposedly you can, but but a woman doesn't need it at all. And yet, what are our orgasms for? Pure pleasure. It should tell us something. And what is pure pleasure? There are so many tiers, so many layers on which sexual pleasures can take place. Every layer that we're capable of, completely rudimentary, just like hump, that was good, thank you. Whatever. I'm not judging that. That's fun. Or like hours and hours and hours of elevated tantric, God knows what. Days and weeks of orgasmic states where you're like, I don't need to have sex because life is just an ongoing pleasure that is beyond physical and yet so physical. The body, this white dog waste ball it has no serpent in it, does it? But we've just recently been through the serpent waste ball, and the serpent is, who's guiding this Skywalker? The moon flow. And the moon, here we go, attached to the human, attached to is it on the monkey? No, but on the dog. So there's a lot of flow, and one day before the dog is the moon, cosmic moon. So there's a lot of this love wave spell without flow, without water, without flow. There's no love, not sex, not love. Sex without lubrication is extremely painful. Sex without flow is not fun either. So has to be considered. Talk about sex. What the heck is going on in front of me? Oh no, that's not sex. That's a small ant pulling a big dead fly. That fly is like 5 times the ant's body, and this ant is rolling this fly like a Sisyphus up the hill. Are you giving up? No, she's pulling. Oh, that fly isn't entirely dead either, is it? Not dead enough. Lol. Who needs movies? 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. Baby, that's the wrong direction. Why are you doing that? She's pulling backwards, she's pushing, she's twisting, she's rolling this thing. Oh, that's dedication. And she's doing that for what? She's taking this thing, oh my goodness. if you're going to pull this through the grass, I'm sitting in a tarmac, there's a bit of a tarred part of road here. If this ant has to pull this through grass, how on earth? Or are you going to get enforcement, or is your home hole just really, really close here, and then that's it? But it's pure dedication to bring this. This fly is not entirely dead. Oh my, it's still moving. Yeah, shame. But you're going to serve a good purpose. You're going to feed a bunch of ants. And that's dedication, man. This ant is just laboring. What does it get? Payment? No, it gets food. And it gets to be part of a tribe. What are we doing? Advanced human species? Missing the point entirely. I kid. I'm kidding. But I'm burning. And I need to have my coffee, which is getting cold. And my roll. And then my appointment. And then some, and then some, and then some. So my beautiful friends, thanks for listening if you made it till here. I had a comment the other day on a link. It rarely happens in a language I don't understand, but I had to translate it, and it said something hello and then one other word. I'm not going to comment because I don't know if this is some kind of ghost. If you are a real person, I mean, to listen to me, you'd have to understand English. So maybe a comment in English would be worth it. Blue electric hand, you're probably not listening to this. I haven't forgotten about you. I guess I'm maybe not trusting myself to do a good job, so I'm scared. That would be the raw truth. But I'm going to sit down and see what comes up, because I'm up for that. If nothing comes up, you're going to get a message from me. I tried, I failed, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, and then it's going to be fine. Nobody dies. Nobody lost anything. Tatjana. Skywalker. Did I just make myself happy? Yeah. Am I looking at my cinnamon thing here? Yeah. Does that make me happy? Yeah. Is the sun burning me? A little bit. Is that making my body happy? Is saying like, okay, wait, don't take too much of this. Okay, I get it. I hear you. I wish us a beautiful day, a beautiful Skywalker day, flowing through the exploration of love, of freedom, of commitment, of being together and self-fulfilled, of taking your own individualized journey through life and meeting lovers, loved ones, beloveds, friends, husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever the case may be. Illicit love affairs, licit love affairs, is that a word? Loving a bird, loving an ant, loving a tree, loving a dead fly, loving a cold cup of coffee and a mosquito bite. So whatever the case is for all of us. Hopefully we're not sitting in some war-raged, war-torn situation right now. And it's okay to be thankful for that. It's okay to be glad about that. And to send love and light to our governments and our warlords, that they may come to realize there's a better way to make money. There's a better way to control the world, or that they can just leave the planet without needing it, if we don't need to be controlled like that anymore. Who knows? But I don't know. I'm not here to solve that puzzle. I'm here to have a cup of coffee now and look forward to my day, and inshallah be back tomorrow. Oh.